The competition is heating up.
Battle stations, everybody.
3 teams, 3 grills, 1 winner.
Ain't nobody gonna have stuff like we got.
Each team will throw a Smokin backyard barbecue.
Whew. Bring the style to your mouth.
But only the best will walk away with $10,000. Whoa. And here's the kicker. They judge each other.
Those aren't $10,000 poppers.
Watch as these epic monster grills fire up to battle.
Fire in the hole! Oh, Jesus!
For the grill of victory. The state of Georgia is #1 in so many ways. It's the largest state east of the Mississippi. It's the #1 producer of peanuts, pecans, and peaches. Plus, Georgia hosts the largest annual poultry convention on earth. That's a lot of chickens. Georgia is home to a diverse barbecue scene. Their flavors run the gamut, taking influences from the sweet of Kansas City and the tangy Memphis to the mustard-heavy South Carolina. I'm Kevin Roberts, and I've judged dozens of barbecue competitions. So let's get this competition started. Representing Statesboro, Georgia, here's Doc and Dicey's, led by Dustin Lard.
Our philosophy is Memphis-style barbecue, but yet add enough of our influences to make it unique. I named my team after my great aunt and uncle, Doc and Dicey Kephart. Every Thursday, they'd kill a hog, smoke it all night. We've been on the competition circuit for 5 years now. We place high every time we compete.
And throw a great party.
And throw a great party, too. We took a 1957 Spartan house trailer and converted it into a Smokin barbecue rig. We installed everything ourselves. No one else has got a vintage trailer rolling into the party. Doc and Dicey's motto, praise the Lord.
And let the Lord be praised.
Representing Atlanta, Georgia, here's Smoke South Barbecue, led by Brian Schultz.
Smoke South's been competing on the competition circuit for about 5 years. Our first professional competition, we took a second-place ribs, and that's really where I got hooked. Our style of barbecue is Kansas City style. We bring a sweet with a little bit of heat. We call our rig Big Wheezy. She's like a smoker on steroids. We added double keg system. We also added a full-length bar. We've got an ice luge. So we're bringing this whole party to you.
To win the competition, we just validate everything we've been doing. Yeah, it's always really, really fun, but when they're calling out the names, heck yeah, you want to win.
1, 2, 3, Smoke South!
From Atlanta, Georgia, here's Smokin' Jays, led by Jeff Rittman.
We've been competing for over 7 years, and we've been lucky enough to win something in almost every competition that we've ever been in. We've designed our rig to look like a military trailer because I was in the military and I love military history. We've got a stick-fed smoker. We've got a gas burner oven. We have a roasting box with a grill on top. Our son has Down syndrome, so if we win, we're going to use the money to establish a special needs trust. It would be a big weight off our shoulders.
We're crazy, we're fun, our food is great.
And you're gonna love Smokin' Jays.
All right, so here's how the competition works. Over the next 3 days, you're each gonna throw a backyard barbecue. You're gonna attend each other's parties and rate the hosting team on a score of 1 to 10 in 3 categories: rig, food, and overall barbecue experience. The team with the highest score wins $10,000.
Yeah!
Woo! All right, you guys all ready to hear what you're cooking today?
Yeah!
You'll have 6 hours to cook 2 meats and 2 side dishes. For your second meat, all of you teams are gonna cook chicken.
Yeah!
Doc and Dicey's, your barbecue's up first.
Yeah!
Come on, Smoke South and Smokin' Jays, we'll see you later to the Grill of Victory.
Yeah!
Our first barbecue takes place in the town of Canton, Georgia, located about an hour north of Atlanta in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
We only got 6 hours. We got to get the meat on the smoker as soon as possible. Ain't nobody gonna have stuff like we got.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. We transformed our 32-foot-long 1957 trailer into a modern barbecue machine. Our 1,000-pound upright smoker can get up to 500 degrees. We use hickory and apple wood chips. Gives it a nice flavor.
The hickory can kind of be a little bitter if you use just hickory, so we add the apple to give it a little bit lighter taste.
We got a lot of steak here today. We're here to show these other guys we are the best barbecue in Georgia. We're making pecan pie crusted baby backs, an Alabama white sauce chicken, smoked mac and cheese, and grilled asparagus. Okay, apron up, guys.
Okay.
6 hours to cook 2 meats and 2 sides. We're gonna be as busy as a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest. Woo!
There's 2 ways to cook with Dustin. There's Dustin's way and the wrong way. He's 1/2 barbecue artist, 1/2 crazy.
We cook our baby backs Memphis style with a dry rub and a sticky sauce. We're doing a pecan pie crusting day because this is Georgia, and it really should be called the pecan state, not the peach state.
Time for the ribs to go on.
The smoker has a water pan between our fire pit and the cooking chamber to help regulate the temperature and the moisture so our barbecue doesn't dry out.
Scott, can you hand me more chicken over top? Get them all on here.
Moss's job today, check that smoker, make sure those coals don't go out. We're rocking the smoker around 275 because we got a short time to cook. If I had all day to cook, I'd cook it down to 225, make it slow and low. We're speeding it up. Sides today, we're taking asparagus, putting olive oil in it, black pepper, salt, and a little Parmesan cheese right in the smoker. For our smoked mac and cheese, we're using no-boil lasagna noodles. Lots of cheese, lots of layers.
We've come up with a very unique menu. We're gonna kick some butt.
With the time already half gone, Dustin is cracking the whip to get everything done on time.
Hey, Scott, we got 3 hours left.
Don't yell at me.
We only got a few hours to finish. I'm starting to yell. Where's Moss?
Seen him? I haven't seen him lately.
Moss is supposed to be watching the fire. We can't have him disappear. We got $10,000 on the line.
Three Atlanta barbecue teams are competing to see who has the best barbecue, the best rig, and who could throw the best party in hopes of winning $10,000. With just over 2 hours left, Dustin from Doc and Dicey's has his smoker running on overdrive to get food ready in time for the guests.
Where's Moss? Moss is supposed to be watching the fire. We can't have him disappear. I want to win my $10,000. We really need to find Moss. He's supposed to be working. He's off drinking beer and goofing off. I don't need you to disappear anymore. Your job is to watch that fire.
Dustin gets a little upset when I run and make phone calls.
If you ever leave again while we're cooking, you're off the team. You will never cook with us again.
Pretty easily distracted, I guess. This competition is a big deal. He's never really been that serious with me before, so I was kind of nervous when he said that.
With 2 hours left, it's time to get the sides in, but the smoker is starting to wreak havoc on the guys.
You can smoke in here, but the fan will pull it out. We're gonna clear out for a little while, get the smoke out. When we built the trailer, we used a household fan for the ventilation. The fan is not strong enough to pull all the smoke out. That was a major design flaw. So we're gonna have to take little breaks every time we open that smoker door. Wow.
The smoker's doing its job, but the guys need to let the trailer air out while they get to work on their 1950s party setup in the covered picnic area.
This is gonna be a jammin' 50s party. I got 2 words, vintage and yummy.
We wanted to class up our trailer a little bit, so we added the white picket fence. Makes us feel at home wherever we go. Now a whole flock of flamingos will really jazz it up.
Only thing we worry about is the weather. It's rainy, it's cold. We just went outside and checked the pyrotechnics for the party. They're soaking wet.
Feel it right there.
Yeah, wow. We've been trying to get the water out. We're not sure they're gonna light up.
Okay, we need to get our sauce in.
For the chicken recipe, we're going way back my family roots. I was raised in the Deep South, so this is an Alabama white sauce. It's got mayonnaise, vinegar, salt, and pepper. Yeah, that's top layer chicken, and the ribs need to come out. All right, party's about to start. I'm feeling good. Looking gorgeous. We can relax. Everything's done, but I'm still worried about the pyrotechnics.
It's time to get this party started. As the time runs out, the other teams are starting to arrive for Doc and Dicey's 1950s Trailer Park Barbecue. The teams will be judging each other. So Smoke South and Smokin' Jay's will be scoring Doc and Dicey's on their rig, food, and overall barbecue experience. You guys, come on out, Doc and Dicey's. Yeah!
Y'all ready to get your trailer on?
Oh, yeah!
We got a 1957 Spartan Royal Manor. We dug out of the woods in Ludwig, Georgia. We totally gutted it, tricked it out, and now it's a party rig. Because it's a 1957 Spartan, we decided to do a 50s party. All right, you guys ready to light this thing up?
Dustin has a trick up his sleeve to get the party started. But things don't go quite as planned.
Fire it up! Fire it up! Fire it up! Fire it up! Fire it up!
This is our complete pyrotechnic show, and nothing's going up. It's just soaking wet. It won't work.
The reveal was kind of pathetic. They had some pyrotechnics planned, and the execution just didn't happen.
Forget about the pyrotechnics. This is going to be a jamming 50s party, and now I got to wow these people with my food.
For me, this doesn't really scream barbecue trailer.
This is cozy, but I'm definitely not ready to party in here.
To find something like this and spend this much time, you know, you just don't see that every day. I got to take my hats off to someone that can do something like that.
To me, it seems a little basic, just very bland.
I like the size of it. I mean, if I had this much rig, we could really do a lot.
The tenderness was right on, but the only thing we could taste was the pecan crust. It was good flavor, but that was the only flavor.
Unfortunately, there was one part of my chicken that just didn't get cooked. It was actually raw.
I like that they tried a different flavor for sure, something different than just barbecue sauce on chicken.
It's very strong, so it really controls the flavor of that chicken. So you gotta be careful with that.
The smoked mac and cheese has 7 different types of cheeses, lots of cheese, lots of layers.
I can't decide if I like it or not. I like the flavor, but it's kind of like a grilled cheese sandwich. I just don't know. It's different.
I love asparagus, but I don't even see a grill mark on it.
If they would have put some asparagus in the mac and cheese, it might
Make it more like
help
lasagna.
both of them out.
So now it's time for Smoke South and Smokin' Jay's to score Doc and Dicey's on their grill, food, and overall experience.
We liked the ribs, but the mac and cheese was a very heavy, flat dish. For the overall food score, we're gonna have to give Doc and Dicey's a 6.
The chicken boomer's piece was undercooked, and as for the ribs, they tried a pecan crust on it, but could have been executed a little bit better. So for their food, we gave Doc and Dicey's a 6.
Doc and Dicey scored a 12 out of a possible 20 on their food. Now let's see how the other team scored them on their party.
The party really wasn't a party, and just a bunch of chairs set up. It honestly looked like you went to your grandmom's backyard party. We gave them a 5 out of 10.
I didn't really even feel the party at all happening. I think this party and our party aren't really gonna even be comparable on the same level. Our overall experience score is a 4.
With 9 points for their party, Doc and Dicey's received a total of 21 points in the food and party categories. Find out how the other team scored their rig after the last barbecue. It's day 2 of the competition here in Acworth, Georgia, and it's Smokin' Jay's turn to show everyone what they're made of on the Grill of Victory.
Today, we're here to prove that we have the best barbecue in the state of Georgia. 1, 2, 3, go! Yeah! Our rig is the barbecue battle wagon. We have stick-fed smoker on the back. Old Smoky is a 2,000-pound beast that runs off hickory to give that classic southern barbecue flavor. We also have a smoker oven on the front. It can cook at high temperatures all the way up to 450 degrees.
With the design, we went with the military style. It's mean, it's green. We're representing Georgia. We've got that on lockdown.
If you're gonna have a big party, you need to feed a lot of people. The easiest thing to do is to cook a whole hog. We're also going to do our bacon weaved chicken, mac and cheese with bacon, and pineapple express.
This is our firebox on the back that's getting that smoker going. Now we thought we'd kind of use the heat as well to fry our bacon.
Jeff, help me pick this thing up.
The pig is our biggest problem in the time constraints that we're under. That's a lot of meat to get cooked in 6 hours. My wife and I plan on using the $10,000 to start a special needs trust fund for our son, Jack. So everybody's stepping up to the plate.
We're having a zombie party. We've got our friends dressing up like zombies, and we thought with the military theme, it just seemed perfect to go with the whole zombie thing. The food's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Cooking a pig in 6 hours is no easy task. So Jeff and Gary need to get that hog in the cooker as soon as possible.
Barbecue is huge in Atlanta. The honey and the sugar is gonna get that sweet Georgia flavor on the inside of the meat, and our Smokin' Jay's barbecue sauce is gonna get that sweet Georgia flavor on the outside. Are we ready to get the notorious PIG in the oven?
Ready or not, it's got to go in.
Up and at 'em. The temperature of the pig roaster needs to get up to 350 degrees to cook the pig in 6 hours. Down she goes. What we've got here is a giant roasting box that is airtight sealed. So what we're gonna do is put these red hot searing coals on top. That's gonna lock in all the heat and all the juices inside the pig coffin, and we're gonna get a moist, tender pig in about 6 hours. Hey, Nadine, how are we looking on decorations?
We're doing great. We're rocking and rolling. The zombies are made.
Oh, those look great, honey.
While Nadine and Rob are setting up, Gary is working on the bacon weaved chicken. But the reality of cooking a whole hog in 6 hours is starting to cause concern.
I'm a little nervous about the temperature, Jeff. We're not even close yet.
We're having some problems keeping that temperature up. We're just gonna keep putting on charcoal till we get our 350 degrees. Gary!
What?
We've burned all of our charcoal. We have no more charcoal, and we're not back up to temperature, so we gotta come up with something creative. I'm worried about this pig right now. More heat, more heat, more heat.
We got pig sushi right now.
If this pig doesn't get cooked on time, we're going home.
We're in Atlanta for day 2 of competition for the Grill of Victory. It's halfway through Smokin' Jay's cook, and they're trying to get a whole hog cooked. But did they bite off more than they could chew?
We're halfway done with our cook time. My biggest concern right now is we make sure this pig is cooked all the way through. We've burned through 4 bags of charcoal in half the cooking time, so we got to come up with something creative. I've added all the charcoal, and this thing still isn't up to temperature. If this pig doesn't get cooked on time, we're going home. I got an idea. I'm gonna call in Old Smoky. I'm gonna dig into that firebox. I'm gonna get some red hot coals, and I'm gonna keep this pig going. Let's get that thing as hot as we can get it. In order to get this pig to cook in 6 hours, we need this firebox to get to 350 degrees. Right now, we're only at 250. We're gonna bring some natural wood logs that are already cooking in the smoker, and we're gonna set them on top and use it to heat up the roasting box. We're really gonna need a miracle inside of this magic box at this point. All we can do is keep throwing on wood and hope that that magic box does its trick. 2 hours to go.
The chickens need to be in here at least an hour and a half, and then we'll finish them up in the oven.
Old Smoky doesn't have what it takes to get a crispy skin on the outside of that bacon, so we're gonna move the chicken into the high temperature oven, and we're gonna get that bacon a nice crispy color.
The Pineapple Express is kind of like a mac and cheese, but it has sweetness to it. It's got grilled pineapple. Chop it up, mix it with the cheese, the milk, the eggs, and the bread, and it actually bakes like a souffle. It really offsets the meat. Just a little bit of sweetness, but it's not too overbearing.
Try to get some air through there, maybe to get the temperature up a little bit.
If I remove the lid, I'm gonna lose my temperature, and I'm gonna take more steps backwards. So I'm just gonna have to rely on the charcoal.
We've got an hour and a half left, so It's going to come down to the wire.
While the guys are working hard on the food, let's see what Nadine has in store to scare the pants off the competition with their zombie-themed party.
Zombie chickens coming through. Watch out, he'll get you. I need everyone to give me your best zombie. Dead, scary, roar, noises, whatever. Let's do it! Come on, zombies! Woo!
Our zombie theme is tying right in with our barbecue battle wagon. I myself was a Navy corpsman. My uncles have been in Vietnam, and I have cousins that have been in Afghanistan. What better way to represent them with our military barbecue battle wagon, and what better party to have with a zombie theme. So I'm super excited about today.
Here we go.
Nice work,
Woo!
baby. Nice job.
Teamwork.
Let's make sure we have everything set up. This is it. I'm gonna check this pig right now. Let's do this as quick as we can. I really hope it's 180 degrees or we're in trouble. Perfect. The pig is done. It's cooked. We got it right up to temperature, right on time, so I'm super excited. Nice work, brother.
Awesome.
As Smokin' Jay's cook time is up, the other teams are arriving for their killer zombie party.
Whoa. I was so excited to see that it was a zombie theme. I love all that sort of stuff.
You know, everybody's gonna judge everybody. All of the other teams, they're gonna be right there in our house, tasting our food, looking at our rig. That's a lot of pressure, but we're here to win.
Right now, Smokin' Jay's is throwing 1 of 3 barbecues. Smoke South and Doc and Dicey's are gonna judge them on the rig, food, and overall barbecue experience. All right, Jeff, let's break down your rig.
This barbecue battle wagon, we built this thing from the ground floor up.
Battle wagon? Gonna kill us with barbecue? Probably kill us with a taste.
What we've done is taken our competition smoker that we had for years and put it on the back of this new trailer, but we needed something a little hotter to cook some of our side dishes at events, so we created this smoke oven, and then on the side, we built this pig coffin. This barbecue battle wagon is an inspiration. My family and myself are in the military, and so I really wanted to do something that touched on that military theme. Battle stations, everybody.
Battle stations, I like it.
Fire in the hole. Yeah! All right, you guys ready to get some of this killer barbecue? Yeah! All right, let's eat.
Smokin' Jay's party is off to a killer start. But will their rig and food blow away the competition? We'll find out next. It's day 2 in Atlanta, Georgia on the Grill of Victory. Smokin' Jay's party is off to a good start. Now let's see what the other teams think of their rig and food.
I like the battle theme. The machine guns are great.
They're definitely a creative team.
I really would like to see this incorporated. You could have cut all this off and actually welded it in there, almost like you did on the back of the firebox.
The interactive part of it, yeah.
Yeah, and the roasting box, you know, that's really not part of their trailer, even though they cooked on it. So you got to consider that.
It's not the party machine we created. The party's cool, but it's not a tie-in with the rig.
All right, guys, who wants to dine on some swine? We love cooking pigs. One of our favorite things to cook. Makes a great presentation at a party, having a whole hog out on the table.
I love this sandwich. I really did. It had moist meat. It had the crunch of the coleslaw.
I think the meat itself could have been maybe seasoned right after they pulled it just to give a little more pow to it.
We tried the bacon wrapped chicken. Give me your thoughts.
Mine's a little extra heavy on the smoke, and almost seems like, you know, the burnt smoke taste that you get, and was a little on the dry side.
I think everything, the mac and cheese was the best so far. The bacon maybe was a little bit overdone. That last piece I had maybe a little bit too much crunch to it.
That Pineapple Express, I didn't expect to like it, and it was to die for.
The Pineapple Express is a family recipe. It's a very sweet tasting side. It's almost like a pineapple souffle.
I really enjoyed the flavor of it.
I'm a big sweet fan. I like anything that's sweet, and this brought it, unlike the pecan ribs that didn't bring it at all.
Everybody's here having a great time, and I'm sure I'm proud to present these other teams with second and third place.
Right now, it's time for Smoke South and Doc and Dicey's to judge Smokin' Jay's on their food and barbecue experience.
The rub was missing on the pulled pork sandwich, so we decided to score them an 8.
For Smokin' Jay's, on the food, I totally disagreed with my team. They gave them an 8. The chicken was really overcooked and dry.
Smokin' Jay's scored a 16 out of a possible 20 points for their food. Now let's see how Doc and Dicey's and Smoke South scored their party.
For the overall experience, the party was great to start with, but once that reveal happened, the party kind of fizzled out a little bit. The trailer wasn't even part of the party anymore. An 8 out of 10 is what we scored them.
We gave them a 10 on overall experience. We were very impressed by their party. And I love the zombie thing. I wouldn't change a thing other than their food.
Smokin' Jay scored 18 points for their party, which gives them a total of 34 points. They've taken the lead, but it's still anybody's game. We'll see how their rig scores after the last barbecue. Tomorrow, Smoke South will show us their grill and put their spin on real Atlanta barbecue. It's day 3 in Atlanta, Georgia. Today, it's all about Smoke South barbecue. They have 6 hours to bring it if they really want to impress their competition and win that $10,000.
Today, we're going to show these other guys that we have the best barbecue in Atlanta, Georgia. We start off with custom-made 18-foot long trailer. We've added our cooker, Big Wheezy. This 1,500-pound behemoth of smoke is made out of a 1/4-inch thick steel with over 70 square feet of cooking surface. We also have a Santa Maria-style charcoal grill where we can cook things hot and fast. We've got an 18-foot bar. We've got smoke that fires out of the roof. It's the whole party in one place. We're cooking St. Louis spare ribs, egg rolls with smoked chicken, jalapeno poppers, and finally a corn mock shoe. We have my wife, Jody Schultz. The other teammates, Boomer and Clay, have been good friends of mine. The theme of our party is going to be the ultimate tailgate, so we're going to do small bites that people can carry around. Okay. All right, let's go. Atlanta is not defined as a typical barbecue region. You see a lot of different regions coming together. Kansas City-style ribs, Texas-style brisket, Carolina pulled pork. So it's a culmination of a variety of regions. As long as we can stay on track with our schedule, I'm feeling pretty good that we're going to accomplish our goals. Big Wheezy is a gravity-fed smoker. It uses both lump charcoal and whole oak logs as well. The firebox is run off an automatic draft control. It's basically a little fan that blows across the bottom of the coals.
I got into barbecue through my husband, Brian. We've been together for 13 years. I have never seen a barbecue competition that he can't handle. Clay and I got tasked with beginning the poppers. I'll be stuffing them with cream cheese, and I've got Clay next to me wrapping them in bacon.
I grew up here in Atlanta. One of my fondest memories is having chicken at my grandfather's house. It's good to interact over a meal. That's the cool thing about barbecue joints in the South. You'll have a CEO and a coat and tie and sit next to a construction worker, and barbecue's kind of a common denominator that brings everybody together. We're gonna smoke those chickens, hand pull them, wrap them up in the egg roll, and then deep fry them.
Team Smoke South has the food under control. And now Brian wants to make sure everything is ready for the party and rig reveal.
The special effects we have planned, we've got a lot of high-tech gadgets on the rig, so we wanted to start testing our foggers and smoke machines and stereo equipment. Circuit breakers start tripping, so you hear it pop. The first thing I'm thinking about is the ribs. We run off an electronically controlled draft system. They're controlling the smokers. That goes down, the temperature starts dropping. We have one source of power, no lights, nothing. We start getting pretty nervous that these ribs that we're already in a time crunch to get done, we're not gonna get done. We're gonna see if we can get these circuits working.
We just lost power. This is like the worst thing that could happen to us.
Team Smoke South is halfway through their cook.
No lights, nothing.
But a power problem has Brian and the team scrambling to keep everything on track with our St. Louis ribs and smoked chicken.
We have lost some power.
We're going to take our other cord and get rid of the yellow cord, and we're going to run it into the house so there's an awning window opens up like that. We'll run these. Let's get the orange cord plugged in, Clay. The temperature's not being held where we need it to be, and the ribs may not get done. So Clay, just grab this in real quick. Don't worry about that right now.
Okay. Plug it into the rig.
Yeah.
Keep it dry.
It's in.
Hallelujah.
I think we just had too much in one circuit.
We've definitely lost some time now.
Let's just keep on cooking and cross your fingers that everything works. I think it will.
Right now, I'm doing my last bit of corn for our Texarita rolls.
Okay, we don't want to do what everyone's done, so we thought, you know what, a Southwest kind of feel would be very nice.
For a party this large, the reason that we go with canned is the impact that you're going to get from the corn and the beans. We're going to add smoke to it. Fresh corn wouldn't have made a big difference here, and we're going to have the smoked chicken that's really going to be the natural focus ingredient.
And it really saves us a lot of time. Otherwise, we have to shuck all that corn, cut it off the cobs. I mean, that's a good 30 or 45 minutes saved.
With not a lot of time left, Smoke South needs to put the finishing touches on the ribs and the rest of their menu.
I think it's time right now to take these ribs off. Basically, right now, we just wanted to get some smoke. Yeah, so now we're going to add another flavor of sweetness to it, and we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of butter on it to really make it moist and tender. We're going to add a little brown sugar and then a little honey. We'll actually put it back in a wheezy with the meat side down. And when we do that, the heat will actually render down all the sugars and all the butter, and it'll actually baste the ribs. We got to check on that chicken.
Go ahead, it's hot, hot. Hurry, hurry, hurry. We still have to finish these egg rolls. We're gonna take the chicken, shred it with black beans, corn, cheddar cheese, and stuff it into egg roll wrappers and roll it up and fry it. Cooking's supposed to be fun and not stressful.
I'm in a panic, and I have no idea how we're going to pull this off.
We gotta kick into gear, okay, buddy?
It's going to be cutting it close.
I'm starting to worry that it's not gonna get finished.
So I'm setting up the party. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We live on a farmhouse. We live in farm country. We're going to go with hay bales. It's just farmhouse chic. It's perfect.
The ribs look good, nice and tender.
The party's getting ready to start. We've got to get all this food ready before the guests arrive.
I think we're just going to make it.
You got 99% of them finished?
Yes.
Perfect. We're anxious to get started, and we're feeling really good. Got it fried in the nick of time.
All right, guys, well, we are done. Time is up. Are you ready to get this party started?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Come on down, guys. Let's get this party started. After smoking their food for 6 hours, Team Smoke South is ready to kick off their tailgating. There's Smokin' Jays.
We're worried about Smoke South. We've been doing this for a long time. I think they're the team to beat in this competition.
Smoke South? Come on, give me a break. That little guy looked like a little Barbie doll.
After the party, the other two teams will score Smoke South on their rig, food, and overall barbecue experience.
We cooked all this today with the help of our friend Big Wheezy. She's a 2,500-pound behemoth of smoke. We've got an amplified system, huge subwoofer. We've got 2 kegs tapped up in the front toolbox. On the rear, we've got a custom-built ice luge to tell you can take all these Smoke South shots off of. On the roof of this bad boy, we've got fog machines that shoot up 20 feet in the air. Raise your glass to bring the sound to your mouth.
That rig Big Wheezy's pretty impressive. Check this out. Look at this side of Big Wheezy. Got another smokestack over here.
I think the ice luge from Smoke South that they put on their smoker was a really good idea.
I've never seen an ice luge on a barbecue rig. That's how you bring the tailgate.
Wow, red and black paint? Oh, that's original.
Can we get this party started?
Our event today is the ultimate tailgate party.
Oh, she's first up on the luge.
From the drinks, to the food, to the music, to the show. It's the whole interactive experience. All right, guys, welcome. Help yourself. Having the other two teams at our event is a little bit intimidating. It's not often that you have other competitors judging your food in front of you. Feel free to add some more sauce. We got this cool fountain right here.
Oh, no way. You can just dip it in there?
Just dip it in there, man.
No way.
Yeah.
Barbecue sauce at a grab and go is always difficult. It's messy. That was pretty easy. You grab your utensil, you slide it under the fountain, put it on your plate, you get out.
You expected the poppers to be smoky and hot. It's just disappointing.
Those aren't $10,000 poppers.
Looks awfully foo-foo. Yeah, they skipped on the food and spent all their time on the presentation.
This rib looks delicious. It's calling my name. In barbecue competitions, we're looking for this exact tenderness where you can bite through and see your bite marks on it right here.
Yeah, it's a good rib.
It's a perfectly cooked rib.
Hey, gang, ready?
Enjoy.
I'm picking up on some fresh flavors. I'm also maybe picking up on some canned products, maybe canned corn or canned beans.
Several of our guests kept running up to me and saying, the guy from Docs and Dicey's, the bald guy, he just spit your food out. Come on.
I was expecting something crispy. This is soggy and mushy.
It's not fried at all. The oil definitely wasn't hot enough.
Just not appetizing, in my opinion.
That guy is just sad. If you ask him, he probably doesn't like children or kittens.
Pretty good corn shooter, guys. What do you think?
I think it's a cool little trick, but I am getting my corn, I'm getting some veggies in with the roll here. And it's a little awkward. I'm going up here, I'm kind of getting it everywhere, so, you know.
Hey, guys, that was an awesome day. Really appreciate you all putting out 110%. And I think we had the best party so far.
Heck yeah.
So now it's time for Doc and Dicey's and Smokin' Jay's to score Team Smoke South on their grill, food, and overall barbecue experience on a scale of 1 to 10.
Time to judge Smoke South. Start with the food. When you're out to barbecue, you don't want foo-foo. You want big portions. It was very disappointing. For food, we gave them a 5.
Those were perfectly cooked ribs, but I think they could have pushed the envelope a little further with the chicken dish that they had. We're giving Smoke South an 8 out of 10.
Smoke South scored a 13 out of a possible 20 points in the food category. Let's see how their party scored.
The party, the keg, and the luge, they were a big hit with my teammates. Overall, we'll give them 8.
All right, guys, we can't go back. This is our score we're putting down. Everybody okay?
Yeah, I had a good time.
With an 8.
I'm 8. Let's say an 8.
I had a good time, a solid 8.
Smoke South scored a 16 out of a possible 20 points on their party, with a total of 29 points, which puts them in second place behind Smokin' Jay's. But the grill scores could change everything. We'll reveal each team's rig scores and find out who has the grill of victory. Coming up next. We're here in Atlanta, Georgia, where our 3 teams have cooked up some amazing barbecue on these 3 killer rigs. The teams have all scored each other on rig,
I like the battle theme. The machine guns are great.
food,
It's a perfectly cooked rib.
and overall barbecue experience.
Y'all ready to get your trailer on? Woo!
So far, the scores for food and experience have been revealed. Smokin' Jay's in the lead with 34 points in the food and party categories, with a 5-point lead over Smoke South's 29 points, followed by Doc and Dicey's 21 points. This has been one intense competition here in Atlanta, Georgia, and each team has had some hits and misses. Doc and Dicey's, your Alabama white sauce chicken was a unique flavor.
I like that they tried a different flavor for sure, something different than just barbecue sauce on chicken.
But your 1950s party was lacking a wow factor.
It honestly looked like you went to your grandmom's backyard party.
Smokin' Jay's, your military rig and zombie party were a big hit.
Whoa.
I was so excited to see that it was a zombie theme. I love all that sort of stuff.
But the smoke flavor on your chicken was a little strong.
Mine's a little extra heavy on the smoke and almost seems like, you know, the burnt smoke taste that you get.
Smoke South, You brought the party with your ultimate tailgate.
I've never seen an ice luge on a barbecue rig.
But your Texarito egg roll got mixed reviews.
I was expecting something crispy. This is soggy and mushy.
This has been one grueling competition, but there can only be one winning team. It all comes down to the grill score. That is going to be the deciding factor on who takes home the grill of victory and whose pit's going to be up in flames.
I'm feeling very confident because our rig will look not only the most professional, but it's got every element to throw a good party.
Compared to our rig, I didn't really see anything here today that impressed me. The military theme of our rig is going to get us the win.
Dr. Dossie's definitely won today. The other two rigs were kind of cool, but there's nothing unique about them. Hands down, ours was the most creative.
The moment of truth. In third place, the total score of 31. Talking Dicey's. Dustin, your rig score was 10 out of 20.
I don't know how we only got 10 points out of 20 with that rig. If I knew I had to put a keg on my rig to win, I would have done it. As long as I make great barbecue, I'm happy.
It all comes down to Smoke South Barbecue and Smokin' Jay's.
I got butterflies in my stomach, but the food was great, the party was great, the rig is great. You know, you put all those three elements together, we're the winner.
For second place, with a total score of 43. Smoke South, that means Smokin' Jay's, you are taking home the grill of victory! Smoke South, you had a total rig score of 14 out of 20, but it just wasn't enough. Smokin' Jay's with a total grill score of 15 and total overall score of 49. You are the winners of the Grill of Victory.
Yeah, we did it, man. We won.
We're losing to Smokin' Jay's. You know, we put our best foot forward. At the end of the day, I don't feel bad about losing to them. We did everything we set out to do.
Now Nadine and I have an awesome opportunity for our son Jax to get his trust fund set up. And that $10,000 is going to go a long way to help him out later in life.
Smokin' Jay's, you are the winners of the Grill of Victory and bragging rights in Atlanta, Georgia.
Thank you so much.